Hello students, let me welcome you all to my second video on the chapter solutions, right? In the first video, we discussed something about the meaning of solutions, types of solutions, and of course, methods of expressing concentration of solutions, right? Under the methods of expressing concentration of solutions, we discussed something about what we call it as percentage by mass, percentage by volume, and mass by volume percentage. These three methods we discussed, is it not? Now, in the today's discussion, we'll see something about the remaining methods of expressing concentration of solutions like parts per million. That is another method of expressing concentration of solutions, right? And this method of expressing concentration of solutions is used only when the concentration of solutions is very, very low. Or you can say if the amount of solute present in the solution is in traces. If the amount of solute as it is present in solution is in traces. That means if the concentration of solute in the solution is very, very less, in that case, we make use of this parts per million. And this method is usually express concentration of air pollutants and concentration of water pollutants. Now I am going to give you one example. In case of seawater, around 0.005816 grams of oxygen is dissolved in 100 grams of seawater. That is, the 0.005816 grams of oxygen is dissolved in 100 grams of seawater. This is the concentration of oxygen in seawater. Or you can say that I call it as percentage, that is 0.005816% of dissolved oxygen is present in seawater. Just observe, this is very, very low concentration, is it not? Therefore, if the concentration of solute is very, very less, in that case, we may face difficulty in comparing the relative concentrations of different components present in a given solution. And because of that, we express such type of concentrations in parts per million. So, if I say 0.005816 grams of oxygen is dissolved in 100 grams of seawater, if I say that, I can also say like this, this is equal to 0.0005816 grams of oxygen present in 1000 grams of, yes, it is seawater. Meaning is same. 0.005816 grams of oxygen is present in, yes, it is 100 grams of seawater. 0.00 just multiplied by 10, okay na? 0.005816 grams of oxygen, 1000 grams of seawater now. If I keep on multiplying it by 10, look at this, 0.5816 grams of oxygen present in, yes, it is 10,000 grams of, yes, it is seawater. Or you can say this is equal to 10 to the power of 4, yes? Or you can say 0.5816 grams of oxygen dissolved in 10 to the power of 5 grams of seawater. Just 10 ಇಂದ multiply ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಬರ್ತಾ ಇದೀನಿ, ಹೌದಾ? Or you can say 5816 grams of oxygen present in 10 to the power of 6 grams of, yes, it is seawater. This 10 to the power of 6 gram is nothing but 1 million gram, right? This is 1 million grams of seawater, right? That is what we call it as 10 lakhs it is, right? Hagagi, so look at this. If I express the concentration in terms of percentage, it will be very, very less and it will be in terms of fractions. But look at this, if same concentration is expressed in terms of ppm, you are going to get, numerical value greater than 1. Therefore, we are going to express, lower concentrations of solutes, in terms of, billion there. Number of parts by mass of the solute dissolved in million parts by mass of the solution. Number of parts by mass of the solute dissolved in million parts by mass of the solution. That is called as parts per million, or you can say that ppm we call it as. Just now, as far as percentage by mass is concerned, it tells you something about amount of solute dissolved in 100 grams of solution. But this one tells you something about amount of solute dissolved in 10 lakh grams of solution. That is million grams of solution. Amount of solute dissolved in million grams of solution. That's 10 lakhs grams of solution. So that is the meaning of ppm there. And of course, if you want to calculate that parts per million, you can have a formula that is just like percentage by mass. Here we have one formula that is what we say, that is, say for example, right, W2 grams of solute, W2 grams of solute, yes it is, say for example, dissolved in W1 grams of solution, right? W1 grams of solution, is it not? Or you can say W1 grams of solvent, right? Say for example, W1 grams of solute is dissolved in W1 grams of solvent. Yes. Therefore, on the basis of this, what I can say that W1 plus W2 grams of solution. W2 is the mass of the solute, W1 is the mass of the solvent. Therefore, mass of the solution is mass of solute plus mass of solvent, that is mass of the solution. W1 plus W2 grams of solution that contains W2 grams of solute. Yes, W2 grams of solute, is it not? Therefore, if it is so, then 10 to the power of 6 grams of solution, 10 to the power of 6 grams of million grams of solution must contain 10 to the power of 6 into W2, that is W2 into 10 to the power of 6 divided by, yes, it is W1 plus W2, right? W1 plus W2, 10 to the power of 6 into W2 divided by W1 plus W2 grams of, yes, it is solute, and therefore that is parts per million is equal to, yes, parts per million is equal to, what is that? Mass of solute. W2 andre no, mass of solute in grams. Mass of solute in grams divided by, yes, it is W1 plus W2 is what? Mass of solution. Mass of solution in grams. That's also in grams, right? Therefore, into 100. And this is the formula that I can use in order to calculate. Yes, it is the concentration in parts per million. That is, parts per million is equal to mass of solute in grams divided by mass of solution in grams into 100 into, 10 to the power of 6, that is, into 10 to the power of 6. So this is what we call it as parts per million. Okay, na? Just like in the case of percentage, we had mass by mass percentage, volume by volume percentage, mass by volume percentage. Is it not? Like that here also, in the case of ppm, yes, it is parts per million by mass, parts per million by volume. Yes, it is mass by volume, parts per million. Like that, we have different methods of expressing concentration in ppm. So this is what we call it as parts per million. Yes. This is the notation that we use for expressing mole fraction, that is mole fraction. Percentage by mass of the solution tells you something about amount of solute out of 100 grams of solution, right? ppm tells you something about amount of solute dissolved in million grams of solution, right? But this mole fraction gives you something about amount of solute dissolved in 1 part by mass of the solution. Amount of solute dissolved in 1 part by mass of the solution. Therefore, mole fraction is always less than 1. Mole fraction is always less than 1, and that is what we call it as mole fraction. As far as the meaning of mole fraction of the total number of moles dissolved in a given solution, that is fraction of total number of moles dissolved in a given, yes, it is fraction of total number of moles of component dissolved in a given solution, that is what we call it as mole fraction of a component is equal to ratio of the, yes, it is the number of moles of that component to the total number of moles of all the components present in a solution, and that is what we call it as mole fraction. Yes, yes, sir. Yes, it is that is Na moles of component A dissolved in Nb moles of component B. I am going to prepare a solution by dissolving Na moles of component A in Nb moles of component B. I am preparing solution by mixing these two components, right? Therefore, I can say that yes, it is Na plus Nb. This is total number of moles. Na plus Nb moles of solution. Yes, it is contains. Yes, it is Na moles of component A. Na plus Nb moles of solution contains Na moles of component A. Therefore, 1 mole of solution must contain 1 into Na divided by Na plus Nb. So this is what we call it as fraction of the total number of moles of that component A dissolved in a given solution, and that is what we call it as mole fraction. Therefore, mole fraction of component A is equal to number of moles of component A divided by number of moles of component A divided by total number of moles. That is total number of moles of all the components present in a solution, and that is what we call it as the mole fraction, and that's equal to Na plus Na divided by Na plus Nb. This is what we call it as mole fraction of component A. Similarly, mole fraction of component B. Mole fraction of component B is equal to number of moles of that component B, that is Nb, divided by total number of moles of that all the components present in a given solution, and that is equal to mole fraction of component B. Generally, mole fraction of A is represented by Xa. Mole fraction of B can be expressed in terms of Xb there. So this is what we call it as the mole fraction of the components present in a given solution. And of course, on the basis of this, I can have one conclusion. That is, if I, as it is, add Xa plus Xb and equal the sum of the mole fractions of all the components present in a given solution. These are the mole fractions of the two components present in a solution prepared by mixing A and B. Sum of the mole fractions of all the components present in a given solution is always equal to 1. Just like, sum of the percentage of all the components present in a given solution is always equal to 100. How the sum of the percentage of all the components present in a given solution is always equal to 100. For example, imagine a solution prepared by mixing A and B. If I say 60% if A ಇದೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ B ಎಷ್ಟಿರ್ತದೆ 40%. ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ಟೋಟಲ್ ಎಷ್ಟಾಗಬೇಕು 100 ಆಗಬೇಕು. ಹಾಗೇನೆ if I say mole fraction of a component A is equal to 0.6 ಅಂತ ಅನ್ಕೊಂಡ್ರೆ mole fraction of a component B ಎಷ್ಟಾಗುತ್ತೆ 0.4. that is mole fraction of component A is equal to 1 minus, yes, it is Xb. Mole fraction of component B is equal to 1 minus Xa. So like that, if you know the mole fraction of one component in a solution, you can predict the mole fraction of another component in a solution. Remember, I defined mole fraction of the components by taking a solution containing two components. Solution may be prepared by mixing any number of components, is it not? Solution can be prepared by mixing any number of components. In that case, so mole fraction also changes. For example, if I prepare a solution by mixing three components A, B, C, then mole fraction of A is equal to, mole fraction of A is equal to number of moles of A divided by, yes, it is total number of moles, Na plus Nb plus Nc. Then mole fraction of B is equal to Nb divided by Na plus, yes, it is Nb plus Nc, right? Mole fraction of C is equal to Nc divided by Na plus Nb plus Nc. This is what we call it as mole fraction of the components. And similarly, Xa plus Xb plus Xc, that is equal to 1. Sum of the mole fractions of all the components dissolved in a given solution is equal to what? 1 it is. So this is what we call it as mole fraction. Not only 3, you can take any number of components. If I say 4 components, Xa is equal to Na divided by Na plus Nb plus Nc plus Nd ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಈ ತರ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, the mole fraction changes, and that is what we call it as the amount of solute dissolved in, yes, it is 1 part by mass of the solution, that is called as mole fraction. ಅಥವಾ it's the ratio of number of moles of that component to the total number of moles present in a given solution. That is what we call it as mole fraction. And similarly, just like mole fraction, we have mass fraction also. The fraction of the total mass of the components present in a given solution, that is called as mass fraction. It's the ratio of the mass of that component divided by total mass of all the components present in a given solution, that is called as mass fraction. That is, if I say mass fraction, that's equal to mass of A divided by total mass of the solution, Wa plus Wb, right? ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನಾನು ಹೇಳ್ತಿರೋದು by taking number of moles, but ಇದನ್ನು ಕೂಡ ಇದೆ mass fraction. ನಿಮ್ಮ NCERT book ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿಲ್ಲ ಅದನ್ನ. Mole fraction is given in the NCERT book, but mass fraction is also there. Mass fraction of A is equal to mass of that component divided by total mass of all the components present in a solution. That is, mass fraction of B is equal to, yes, it is Wa plus Wb. Like this, we have mass fraction also, right? And this is what we call it as mole fraction and mass fraction, right? So this is one more method of expressing concentration of solution, that is mole fraction. Mole fraction can be defined as the ratio of number of moles of that component to the total number of moles of all the components present in a given solution, that is called as mole fraction. Okay, at the same time, sum of the mole fractions of all the components in a given solution is always equal to 1. So this is what we call it as mole fraction. Is that clear? Yes. Another method of expressing concentration of solution, that is molarity. Molarity, and of course it is represented by a letter what we call it as capital M. As far as molarity is concerned, it is number of moles of solute. Number of moles of solute dissolved in, yes, it is 1000 cm cube of solution. Correct? Number of moles of solute dissolved in 1000 cm cube of solution, athwa 1 liter of solution. That is what we call it as yes, it is molarity. Say for example, if I say 1 molar NaOH solution anta itkoli. If I say 1 molar NaOH solution, meaning of that is 1 molar andre 1 mole of NaOH is dissolved in 1 liter of solution. 1 liter of its solution. That is meaning of 1 molar. If I say yes, it is 2 molar anta itkondre 2 moles of NaOH, yes, it is 2 moles of NaOH dissolved in, yes, it is 1 liter of solution anta artha. 2 moles of solute dissolved in, yes, it is 1 liter solution anta artha. 2 mole of NaOH andre eno 2 into 40 grams of NaOH anta artha, because 40 is the molecular mass of NaOH. 1 mole of 2 into 1 mole agutte, 2 mole andre eno 2 into 1 mole. 1 mole of NaOH means 40 grams. Andre 2 mole of NaOH is nothing but 80 grams of NaOH. If it is dissolved in 1 liter solution, then you are going to get, yes, it is 2 molar solution. So that is the meaning of molarity. Number of moles of solute dissolved in 1 liter solution, that is called as molarity. So for example, if I ask you like this, say for example, 0.5 mole of NaOH, 0.5 mole of NaOH dissolved in, yes, it is 250 ml of solution anta itkoli. 0.5 mole of NaOH dissolved in 250 ml of solution anta itkoli. If it is so, what is the molarity of this anta nanu kelidre hege madbeku nodi. 0.5 mole of NaOH dissolved in 250 ml of solution, or you can say 1 mole of NaOH dissolved in 500 ml of solution. Meaning is same. 0.5 mole of NaOH 250 is nothing but 1 mole, double madidini. 1 mole of NaOH dissolved in 500 ml. Ade tana artha. Athava matte double madi. 2 mole of NaOH dissolved in this 1000 ml of solution. The meaning of all the statements is same. 0.5 mole of NaOH is 250 ml is nothing but 2 mole of NaOH dissolved in 1000 ml. This is number of moles of solute dissolved in 1000 ml of solution. Therefore, concentration of solution is 2 molar. The concentration of all the concentration of solution will be 2 molar. So that is the meaning of that particular molarity. Yes, the number of moles of solute dissolved in 1000 cm cube of solution is called as molarity solution. Say for example, imagine, yes, it is W2 grams of solute of molecular mass M2 anta itkoli. W2 grams of solute of molecular mass M2 dissolved in V liter solution anta itkoli. Dissolved in V liter solution. Hauda? Nanu ಒಂದು solution prepare ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ. ಹೇಗೆ? By dissolving W2 grams of that solute of molecular mass M2 in V liter solution. ಹಾಗಾದ್ರೆ, what is the molarity of this solution? If I ask you to calculate the molarity, what you have to calculate? Number of moles of solute in 1000 cm you have to calculate, is it not? And of course, as far as the number of moles is concerned, that is equal to mass of solute divided by molecular mass. ಗೊತ್ತಿದೆಯಲ್ಲ ನಿಮಗೆ ಇದು? Number of moles of solute ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು? Mass of solute divided by molecular mass of solute. ಹೌದಾ? Therefore, on the basis of this, what I can say that is V liters of solution. V liters of solution contains, yes, it is W2 by M2 moles of solute. ಹೌದಾ? ಹೇಳಿ ಗೊತ್ತಾನೆ ಈಗ? Yes, V liters of solution contains W2 by M2 moles of solute. W2 grams of solute ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು? W2 by M2 moles of solute ಅಂತ ಅರ್ಥ. ಹಾಗಾದ್ರೆ, what about in 1 liter solution, right? What I said, the calculation of molarity is nothing but calculating number of moles of solute in 1 liter. V liter solution contains this much number of moles. ಹಾಗಾದ್ರೆ 1 liter solution must contain 1 into, yes, it is W2 by M2, right? 1 into W2 by M2 divided by, yes, it is V liter. Yes, and this is what we call it as molarity. This is what we call it as molarity. ಹಾಗಾದ್ರೆ molarity is equal to, yes, W2 by M2, that gives you what? Number of moles of solute, that is molarity is equal to W2 by M2 can be replaced by number of moles of solute. W2 by M2 is equal to number of moles of solute divided by volume in liters. Volume of solution in liters. That is volume of solution in liters. That is molarity is equal to number of moles of solute divided by volume of solution in liters. Volume of solution in liters. This is what we call it as formula to calculate molarity of a solution. Number of moles of solute divided by volume of solution in liters. So this is what we call it as calculating molarity. Yes, and just I did. W2 by M2 can be replaced by number of moles of solute. V in liter and volume of solution in liters. That is, remember, volume of solution in liters, and that is what we call it as molarity. Yes, of solution as per as NCERT textbook is concerned, that is molality. What we call it as molality. We'll go for the molality of a solution, right? Molality of a solution is generally represented by small letter m. Molarity of a solution will be expressed in terms of, will be represented by capital M. Molality will be expressed in, and of course, small m. Yes, molality refers to the number of moles of solute, dissolved in 1 kg of solvent. Number of moles of solute dissolved in 1 kg of solvent. That is what we call it as, yes, it is molality there, yes. So for example, if I say 1 molol NaOH solution, 1 molol NaOH solution, okay na? It means that 1 molol NaOH solution means 1 mole of NaOH dissolved in 1 kg of water, 1 kg of solvent. Or you can say 1 mole of NaOH is nothing but 40 grams of NaOH, right? 1 mole of NaOH is 40 grams, because 1 mole is nothing but 1 gram molecular mass. Molecular mass of NaOH is 40. 40 grams of NaOH dissolved in, yes, it is 1 kg of water. 1 kg of water. The NaOH molecular mass 40 and the sodium 23 atomic mass, oxygen 16 atomic mass, hydrogen 1, that's totally it is 40, right? 1 mole of NaOH solution means 1 mole of NaOH dissolved in, yes, it is 1 kg of water. Or you can say 40 grams of NaOH dissolved in 1 kg of, yes, it is water, yes. If I say that is 0.5 mole of NaOH, 0.5 mole of NaOH dissolved in 500 ml of water, 500 grams of water. The example, 0.5 mole of NaOH dissolved in 500 grams of water. It means that 1 mole of NaOH dissolved in 1000 grams of water, is it not? 1000 grams is nothing but, yes, it is 1 kg, right? Therefore, molality of that solution is 1. It is the number of moles of solute dissolved in, yes, it is 1 kg solvent. Nodi, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಸ್ಪೆಸಿಫಿಕ್ ಆಗಿ ನಾನು ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ, it is 1 kg of solvent, not 1 kg of solution, right? ಇಲ್ಲಿವರೆಗೂ so far, in all the methods of expressing concentration, we calculated the amount of solute with respect to the amount of solution, but here we are going to calculate the amount of solute with respect to the amount of solvent. ಹಾಗಾಗಿ number of moles of solute dissolved in 1 kg of solvent is what we call it as molality. Then how to calculate the molality? Yes, we'll go for that. Yes, say for example, right? Imagine W2 grams of solute of molecular mass M2, right? W2 grams of solute of molecular mass M2 dissolved in W1 kg of water. W1 kg of water, yes. W2 grams of solute of molecular mass M2 dissolved in W1 kg of water. Andre W1 kg of water contains, right, W2 by M2 moles of solute. Yes. W2 grams of solute of molecular mass M2 ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಅರ್ಥ. W2 by M2 gives number of moles of solute. W1 kg of water contains W2 grams of solute, means W1 kg of water contains W2 by M2 moles of solute. Yes. Therefore, 1 kg of water must contain, right? 1 kg of water must contain 1 into S W2 by M2 whole divided by, yes, it is W1 kg, right? Whole divided by W1 kg. That is what we call it as number of moles of solute dissolved in. Yes, it is 1 kg of solvent, and of course it is always expressed in terms of mole per kg. That is, molality will be expressed in terms of mole per kg, right? Or you can say, just like molarity is moles per liter. Adre illi molality is moles per kg. Therefore, molality is equal to W2 by M2 andre number of moles of solute divided by W1 kg andre mass of solvent in kg. That is what we call it as molality. Number W2 by M2 andre number of moles of solute, W1 andre mass of solvent in kg. This is what we call it as the formula to calculate the molality of a solution. Remember, as far as in this particular chapter is concerned, generally I use the subscripts like 1 and 2 anta use ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ. I use the subscript 1 always for the solvent, 2 always for the solute. ಇದನ್ನ ಪ್ರಾಕ್ಟೀಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಬಿಡಿ. I use the subscript 1, that is subscript W1 andre 1 for solvent, 2 andre 2 for solute. So that is W andre mass of solute, W1 andre mass of solvent, M2 andre molecular mass of solute, capital M1 idre molecular mass of solvent. Ee tara I am going to use subscripts 1 for solvent, 2 for solute throughout the chapter, and don't change it, okay na? And you need to follow this throughout this chapter, right? So this is what we call it as calculating molality of a solution. So these are all the methods which are to be discussed as per your NCERT textbook, okay, under the methods of expressing concentration of solutions. In all the methods we discussed so far, we have one method where we find volume term, that is molarity is equal to, okay na, number of moles of solute divided by volume in liter anta. ಇದೊಂದು ಫಾರ್ಮುಲಾದಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾತ್ರ ನಮಗೆ volume term. Among the methods available, it is the molarity of the solution that depends on the temperature. That is, molarity of a solution depends on the, yes, it is temperature of a solution. As the temperature of solution changes, molarity changes, because as temperature changes, volume of solution changes. If volume of solution changes, the temperature. Remaining all methods, they do not depend on the volume of a solution. Therefore, all those methods are independent of temperature. Yavadu mass percentage, yes it is. Hauda mole fraction, hautane mass percentage, mole fraction, yes. Amele that is ppm, parts per million, right? Molality. These are the methods of expressing concentration, okay na, which depend on the, yes it is, which do not depend on the temperature, because they do not depend on the volume except molarity. And apart from that, volume by volume, that is mass by percentage by volume ideyala, that also depends on the, yes it is, temperature, yes. Amele mass by volume percentage ideyala, that also depends on, yes it is, temperature, because any method of expressing concentration of solution, if it depends on the, yes it is, volume of a solution, then it depends on the temperature of a solution. So therefore, example keltare, give examples for the methods of expressing concentration of solution which do not depend on the temperature. Adakke ಏನು ಬರಿಬೇಕು? percentage by mass, ಅದೊಂದನೇ, percentage by volume ಅಲ್ಲ, percentage by mass, mole fraction, ಹೌದಾ, molality, ಹೌದಾ, mass fraction, yes, parts per million. These are all the methods which do not depend on the temperature of a solution. Which will be depending on the temperature of a solution? That is molarity, because molarity depends on volume. Innondu yadu, that is percentage by volume, that also depends on the volume, and hence it depends on the temperature. Innondu yadu, mass by volume percentage ideyala, that is also depending on volume, therefore it also depends on the temperature. So this is what we call it as the methods of expressing concentration of a solution. Agboda, artha aaytu ankoತೀನಿ, right? So now at this moment, we'll go for the numerical problems on these methods of expressing concentration of solution. artha agide ankoತೀನಿ, agboda. Look at the first problem under the methods of expressing concentration of solution, right? Calculate mole fraction of ethylene glycol of formula C2H6O2, okay na? Formula of ethylene glycol is C2H6O2 in solution containing 20% by mass of C2H6O2 ಅಂದ್ರೆ ethylene glycol by mass. Percentage by mass of ethylene glycol is given and you are asked to calculate mole fraction of that ethylene glycol. Yes, don't worry about the problems, simply you write the formula first. What is asked here? Mole fraction of ethylene glycol. Write that first. Mole fraction, yes, that is Xe anta itಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. Mole fraction of ethylene glycol, yes, that's equal to number of moles of ethylene glycol divided by total number of moles, Ne plus, yes, it is water, because solution contains solute and solvent. Your number of moles of ethylene glycol divided by total number of moles, that is number of moles of ethylene glycol and number of moles of water. You just remember the formula, Na divided by Na plus Nb. ಅದೇ ತರ ಇಲ್ಲಿ A ಅಂದ್ರೆ ethylene glycol, B ಅಂದ್ರೆ water ಅಷ್ಟೇನೆ, right? If you want to calculate the mole fraction of ethylene glycol, you should know the number of moles of ethylene glycol and number of moles of water. Yes. Now, number of moles of ethylene glycol, Ne, that is number of moles of ethylene glycol, yes, number of moles of ethylene glycol, yes, that's equal to, how to calculate the number of moles? That is mass of solute divided by molecular mass of solute. Yes, mass of ethylene glycol, that is divided by molecular mass of ethylene glycol. Yes, that is mass of ethylene glycol ಎಷ್ಟು 20% by mass of ethylene glycol andre that is 20 grams of ethylene glycol. Yes, what is the molecular mass of ethylene glycol? That is C2H6O2 andre molecular mass ಎಷ್ಟಾಗುತ್ತೆ? That is 12 into 24 plus 6, 24 plus 6 plus 16 into 2, that is 32. Yes, 24 plus 6 is 30, 30 plus 32 is that's equal to 62, right? Okay na? So then you substitute here, therefore number of moles of ethylene glycol, that is Ne is equal to, that is W ಎಷ್ಟಾಗುತ್ತೆ? That is 20 grams, yes, it is divided by molecular mass is to 62 there. Yes, and this is what we call it as the number of moles of ethylene glycol. You just divide 20 by 62, then you will get yes, it is number of moles, it comes out to be 0.322, right? This is number of moles of ethylene glycol. Next, Nw is equal to number of moles of water. Yes, number of moles of water, that is mass of water divided by molecular mass of water. Yes, you know what is the mass of water? Yes, it is mass of water is equal to, yes, it is 100 minus 20, that's equal to 80 grams. Actually 20% by mass ethylene glycol ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಪರ್ಸೆಂಟೇಜ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಟೋಟಲ್ 100 grams of solution ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಎಷ್ಟಿತ್ತು? 20 grams ethylene glycol ಇದ್ರೆ ವಾಟರ್ ಎಷ್ಟಿರುತ್ತೆ? 80 grams ಇರುತ್ತೆ, ಹೌದು ತಾನೆ? ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಟೋಟಲ್ ಎಷ್ಟಾಗಬೇಕು? 100 ಆಗಬೇಕು. ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ಮಾಸ್ ಆಫ್ ವಾಟರ್ ಇಸ್ ಈಕ್ವಲ್ ಟು 100 minus 20, that's 80 there. ಆಮೇಲೆ ಮಾಲಿಕ್ಯುಲರ್ ಮಾಸ್ ಆಫ್ ವಾಟರ್ ಎಷ್ಟು? ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ H2O. ಎಷ್ಟಾಗುತ್ತೆ? ದಟ್ ಕಮ್ಸ್ ಔಟ್ ಟು ಬಿ 18 gram per mole. Yes, that is molar mass of water. Yes, this is 62 gram per mole. Yes, ಹೌದಾ? ಈಗ ಮಾಸ್ ಆಫ್ ವಾಟರ್ ಸಿಕ್ತು, ಮಾಲಿಕ್ಯುಲರ್ ಮಾಸ್ ಆಫ್ ವಾಟರ್ ಸಿಕ್ತು, ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ 80 divided by, yes, it is 18, that comes out to be, right? Calculate ಮಾಡಿ. Yes, it is 80 divided by 18, it comes out to be around 4.444. Yes, it is, that is number of moles of water. You got number of moles of ethylene glycol, number of moles of water, and substitute both values in this particular formula. Therefore Xe is equal to, yes, Ne divided by Ne plus Nw. ಹೌದಾ? ಓಕೆನಾ? Ne ಎಷ್ಟಿದೆ? 0.322 ಇದೆ, ಹೌದಾ? Yes, it is 0.322 plus 4.444. Yes, ಓಕೆನಾ? So this is substitution ಆಯ್ತು. Then 0.322 divided by, yes, it is 0.322 plus 4.444. Yes, 0.3222 plus 4.444. Yes, 766. ಹೌದಾ? Now divide that, 0.322 divided by 4.766. It comes out to be 0.06756. This is what we call it as mole fraction of ethylene glycol. This is what we call it as mole fraction of ethylene glycol. Yes. If you know the mole fraction of ethylene glycol Xc, you can determine the mole fraction of water also. That is, mole fraction of water is equal to 1 minus Xe. ನಿಮಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಲ್ಲ ಇದು. Sum of the mole fractions of all the components is equal to always 1. Xw plus Xe is equal to 1 ತಾನೆ. ಅದು ಗೊತ್ತಲ್ಲ. Sum of the mole fractions of all the components in the solution is always equal to 1. ಹಾಗಾಗಿ Xe ಗೊತ್ತಾಗಿದೆ. Xw ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ? That is 1 minus 0.06756. ಎಷ್ಟಾಗುತ್ತೆ ನೋಡಿ ಬರೀ. That is 1 minus, it comes out to be, yes it is 0.9324. That is mole fraction of water in that particular solution. This is what we call it as, we are expected to calculate mole fraction of ethylene glycol, but I decided mole fraction of water because if I know the mole fraction of one component, you can decide the mole fraction of another component just by subtracting it by 1. Howda? Because sum of the mole fractions of all the components in the solution is always equal to 1. So this is what we call it as calculation of mole fraction. Okay na? Screenshot ತಗೊಳ್ಳಿ, ನೀಟಾಗಿ ಬರ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. So this is what we call it as one problem. Yes, we'll go to the next. ಬೇಗ ಬರ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ, screenshot ತಗೊಂಡು ಬರ್ಕೊಂಬಿಡಿ, right? Look at the second problem here. Calculate the molarity of solution containing 5 grams of NaOH in 450 ml of solution ಅಂತ ಇದೆ, right? It's just formula ಬರೀರಿ ಅಷ್ಟೇ. Molarity, right? Yes, it is number of moles of solute divided by volume of solution in liters. ಹೌದಲ್ವಾ? ಇದೇ ತಾನೇ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಫಾರ್ಮುಲಾ ಇರೋದು? ಹೌದಾ? Number of moles of solute divided by volume of solution in liters, right? Number of moles of solute n2 ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು? Mass of solute divided by molecular mass of solute. Yes. ನಿಮ್ಮ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ solute ಯಾವುದು? So it is sodium hydroxide. What is the mass of sodium hydroxide? 5 grams. ಅವರೇ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ. What is the molecular mass of sodium hydroxide? 40 grams, right? That is molecular mass of solute, that is M2 is equal to NaOH ಅಂದ್ರೆ Na23 atomic mass, oxygen 16, hydrogen 1. Total ಎಷ್ಟಾಯ್ತು? 40 ಆಯ್ತು. ಹೌದಾ? So this is what we call molecular mass of NaOH, right? This is number of moles of solute, right? ಹಾಗೇನೆ volume of solution is ಎಷ್ಟಿದೆ? 450 ml ಇದೆ. 450 ml ಇದೆ. ಲೀಟರ್ ಕನ್ವರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಂದ್ರೆ 0.45 ಲೀಟರ್ಸ್. ಹೌದಾ? ಡಿವೈಡೆಡ್ ಬೈ 1000 ಅಷ್ಟೇನೆ. 450 ml ಲೀಟರ್ ಕನ್ವರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು ಮಾಡಬೇಕು? 1000 ಇಂದ ಡಿವೈಡ್ ಮಾಡಿ. ಈಗ ಸಬ್ಸ್ಟಿಟ್ಯೂಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಎರಡನ್ನು. ಸೊ ನಂಬರ್ ಆಫ್ ಮೋಲ್ಸ್ ಎಷ್ಟಾಗಿದೆ? 5/40. ಎಸ್, 5/40 divided by 0.450. This is what we call it as molarity there. Just simplify ಮಾಡಿ. That is 5 divided by 40 first. Okay na? Whole divided by 0.45. That comes out to be 0.2777. That is, the molarity is 0.277 and 7. This is what we call it as molarity of that solution. Yes. So this is what we call it as the second problem. ಅರ್ಥ ಆಯ್ತು ಅನ್ಕೋತೀನಿ. ಎಸ್, ಯಾವುದೇ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ ಕೇಳಿದ್ರು ಕೂಡ ರಿಲೇಟೆಡ್ ಫಾರ್ಮುಲಾ ಬರೆದ್ಬಿಡ್ಬೇಕು. ರಿಲೇಟೆಡ್ ಫಾರ್ಮುಲಾ ಬರೆದ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ಅದರಲ್ಲಿರೋ ಏನೇನು ರಿಕ್ವೈರ್ಡ್ ಕಾಂಪೊನೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಅದನ್ನ ಡಿಸೈಡ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಹೋಗ್ಬೇಕು. ಆಮೇಲೆ ಸಬ್ಸ್ಟಿಟ್ಯೂಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಫೈನಲ್ ಆನ್ಸರ್ ಇಟ್ಟರೆ ಆಯ್ತು. ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ವಾಟ್ ವಿ ಕಾಲ್ ಇಟ್ as calculation of, yes, it is molarity. Yes, take the screenshot and note it down. Yes, go for the third problem, right? Look at the third problem here. Calculate molality of the 2.5 grams of acetic acid dissolved in 75 grams of benzene, right? ನೋಡಿ, ಯಾವುದೇ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟಾಗ ಸೊಲ್ಯೂಷನ್ಸ್ ಮೇಲೆ ಸಲ್ಯೂಟ್ ಯಾವುದು ಸಾಲ್ವೆಂಟ್ ಯಾವುದು ಕರೆಕ್ಟಾಗಿ ಡಿಸೈಡ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಇದರಲ್ಲಿ ಸಲ್ಯೂಟ್ ಯಾವುದು? ಅಸಿಟಿಕ್ ಆಸಿಡ್. ಸಾಲ್ವೆಂಟ್ ಯಾವುದು? ಬೆನ್ಝೀನ್. ಹೆಂಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗುತ್ತೆ? ಜನರಲಿ ಸಲ್ಯೂಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಇನ್ ಸ್ಮಾಲರ್ ಅಮೌಂಟ್ಸ್, ಸಾಲ್ವೆಂಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಇನ್ ಲಾರ್ಜರ್ ಅಮೌಂಟ್ಸ್. ಹೌದು ತಾನೆ? ಸಲ್ಯೂಟ್ 2.5 ಗ್ರಾಮ್ಸ್ ಇದೆ, ಸಾಲ್ವೆಂಟ್ 75 ಗ್ರಾಮ್ಸ್ ಇದೆ. ಅದ್ರ ಬೇಸಿಸ್ ಮೇಲೆ ಸಲ್ಯೂಟ್ ಯಾವುದು ಸಾಲ್ವೆಂಟ್ ಯಾವುದು ಡಿಸೈಡ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಈಗ ಮೊಲಾಲಿಟಿ ಅಂತ ತಕ್ಷಣ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಒಂದು ಫಾರ್ಮುಲಾ ನೆನಪಾಡುತ್ತೆ. ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ನಂಬರ್ ಆಫ್ ಮೋಲ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಸಲ್ಯೂಟ್ ಡಿವೈಡ್ ಬೈ mass of solvent in kg. ಅದು ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್. mass of solvent in kg. ಇದು ಫಾರ್ಮುಲಾ ಟು ಕ್ಯಾಲ್ಕುಲೇಟ್ ದಿ ಮೊಲಾಲಿಟಿ. ನಂಬರ್ ಆಫ್ ಮೋಲ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಸಲ್ಯೂಟ್ ಏನು? ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ mass of solute divided by molecular mass of solute. Yes, mass of solute ಎಷ್ಟಿದೆ? 2.5 grams ಇದೆ, right? What is the molecular mass of acetic acid? That is M2. ಅಸ್ಟಿಕ್ ಆಸಿಡ್ ಫಾರ್ಮುಲಾ ಗೊತ್ತಿರಬೇಕು, CH3COOH ಎಷ್ಟಾಗುತ್ತೆ, 2 ಕಾರ್ಬನ್ ಅಂದರೆ 24, ಎಸ್, 2 ಆಕ್ಸಿಜನ್ ಅಂದರೆ 32, ಎಸ್, 4 ಹೈಡ್ರೋಜನ್ ಅಂದರೆ 4, ಎಸ್, 2 ಕಾರ್ಬನ್ ಅಂದರೆ 24, 12 into 2, 2 ಆಕ್ಸಿಜನ್ ಅಂದರೆ 16 into 2, ಎಸ್, ಎಷ್ಟಾಗುತ್ತೆ, 36 plus 24 is 60 gram per mole is the molecular mass of acetic acid. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಎಷ್ಟಾಯ್ತು ಈಗ 60 ಆಯ್ತು, ಎಸ್. ಓಕೆ, ಮಾಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಸಾಲ್ವೆಂಟ್ ಇನ್ ಕೆಜಿ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಎಷ್ಟಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ಮಾಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಸಾಲ್ವೆಂಟ್ ಎಷ್ಟಿದೆ, 75 grams ಇದೆ. ಅದೇನ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು, you would express it in, yes it is, you would express it in ಹೇಳಿ kg, that is W1 is equal to, yes, mass of solvent, I said one is always for the solvent, 75 grams, that's equal to 75 into 10 to the power of minus 3 kg. grams ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಏನು ಮಾಡಬೇಕು, kg ಕನ್ವರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು, ಸಬ್ಸ್ಟಿಟ್ಯೂಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಈಗ, that is 2.5 divided by 60 whole divided by 75 to 10 to the power of minus 3, right? ಹೌದಲ್ವಾ, ಅಥವಾ ಹೀಗೆ ಮಾಡಿ 2.5 ಇದನ್ನ ಮೇಲಕ್ಕೆ ಹೋಗ್ಲಿ into 1000, ಹೌದಾ, 10 to the power minus 3 ನ್ಯೂಮರೇಟರ್ ಹೋದ್ರೆ 10 to the power plus 3 ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, 1000 divided by ಇದು ಡಿನಾಮಿನೇಟರ್ ಬರುತ್ತೆ 60 into 75, ಸಿಂಪ್ಲಿಫೈ ಮಾಡಿ you are going to get molality M. You are going to get molality M. Simplify ಮಾಡಿ, right? Divided by 60 divided by 75. So it comes out to be 0.5555. That is 0.5555. This is what we call it as molality of that solution prepared by dissolving 2.5 grams of acetic acid in 75 grams of benzene. Agboda? Yes. So this is what we call it as one more problem under this particular section. Just take a screenshot and write it down. Yes. Okay, now that's all for now. In the next video we'll see remaining problems on this particular concept, and then we'll go to the one more important aspect as far as the solutions is concerned, that is solubility. That is the concept of solubility. Solubility of a solid in liquid and solubility of a gas in liquid, and that is the discussion that we'll see in the next video. Okay, na? Thank you.